Time now for the Pair Channel morning news on this Monday morning, August 31st, 2015. Welcome to Monday morning, August 31st. Back to work, back to school for you some. Here now, your news at 9:00 and our talks right here at 7:30 in the morning time on this Monday morning. Here is flood warnings were in effect for most of Florida early Monday as the aftermath of Tropical Storm Erica was expected to bring at least 5 inches of rain. Wes Craven, the filmmaker credited with revolutionizing horror movies with on Elm Street before poking fun at the genre with a Scream series, died on Sunday at the age of 76. On Sunday, the Obama administration ended a 119-year-long debate when the United States was dropping the name of America's highest mountain for a name used by countless generations of Alaska natives. Bangkok, with much fanfare, Thai police had offered an $84,000 reward for tips to lead an arrest in the Bangkok bombing on Monday. They handed out the cash to themselves. When Alvin Sachs was 18, he faced a prospect most young people dreaded. Belated talked about the birds and bees with his dad. He doesn't seem to have many girlfriends, as Sachs wrote his father said in his memoir on the move as Alvin Sachs is dead at the age of 82. Australian authorities have arrested 5 suspected people smugglers as part of an operation to check vehicles entering and along the country's eastern borders. For nearly 2,000 years, back in the days when Christ walked the earth, the Temple of Bela has been the center of religious life in the Syrian city of Palmyra. Tokyo, Japan's defense ministry wants to buy an advanced Aegis radar-equipped destroyer and more F-35 fighters under its largest ever budget to bolster the defense of the Seven Islands amid a territory dispute with China. The interior ministers of Britain, France, and Germany have called for urgent action to address the challenges of those thousands of migrants flooding into Europe, which has divided the European nations as they debate how to respond. Hurricane Fred has 80 mile winds early Monday as it nears the Cape Verde Islands, as Fred is expected to begin the weekend in 36 hours and it moves away from the islands into the cooler waters. Here, as we take a look at the latest on Hurricane Fred here. (15.6 in the north, 22.9 in the west. Maximum sustained winds 8 miles per hour. Category 1 storm and movement northwestward at 12 miles an hour here. And so far, it is no threat to the Caribbean islands or the United States. But it's way too early. But we'll keep you posted here. We'll keep our eyes open here. Police dead outside where 2-year-old boys tried in Avondale, Arizona, as authorities in Arizona said they arrested a woman who confessed to drowning her sons in a bathtub on Sunday. In Roanoke, Virginia, a high school in Roanoke, Virginia, has opened its doors to the community to celebrate the life of alumni Adam Ward, the 27-year-old cameraman, was slain last week along with the reporter Allison Parker on live television on Wednesday. Newark Airport in New Jersey was partially evacuated on Sunday night after a Russian National Storm Front a checkpoint claiming that people were going to kill him and he had to get away, further sources said. In Brussels, annual inflation in the Eurozone was the same in August as in July, defying economic expectations of a slowdown as rising prices of processed food and services offset some of the downward pull from cheaper energy. In Milan, it will be uncomfortable for Fiat Chrysler automobiles not to pursue a merger with Revel General Motors. In London, oil fell below $49 a barrel on Monday after its biggest 2-day rally in 6 years last week, pressured by supply continued concern about a hard landing for China's economy. And Milan, Italy's entity is going to be opening its stake in its super giant Zora gas field discovery off Egypt's chief executive said as the state-controlled energy company looks for the funds to make world development. Alright, let us take a look at the stock market now 66.3.01 down 11.76 points. S&P 500 is going to start it off at 1988.87 and Nasdaq is going to start it off at 4828.33. At the outer of the nearby galaxy, astronomers have spotted a pair of supermassive black holes fiercely winding around each other. Some people might look at a newly discovered crustacean and think looks like the ship by Dr. James saw Elton John. In a new study, researchers have evaluated male tongue frog mating calls. The study has been published in the journal Science. Sometimes space is so lovely it puts a sci-fi CGI shape. Late last week, NASA and the European Space Agency released a new photo of the twin jets Nebula RPN-2M2-9 in the cosmic butterfly cosmic composite of 2 stars about the size of the sun. Man will move at a heart failure drug into a final stage of sensitivity to boosting its emissions of cardiovascular treatments after experimental medicine showed a striking reduction of the deaths of mid-stage trial. Amber McCall said in a statement she believes in the power of prayer and the talent of the medical professionals areas. Amber is mom to two girls, unfortunately, one cannot survive. The first British healthcare worker who claimed to survive Ebola and working in an NHS nurse in a hospital that has helped save his life. Social depression is at hand as efficacious and cost-effective treatments are available to improve the health and the lives of millions of people around the world. The growing and mass communication events science has been realized. All right, let's take a look at New England and Florence here at 7:35 here. Nope. All right, let's move it on to sports where the Boston Red Sox fall to the New York Mets at Citi Field 5-4 as the Sox will be back in Fenway for a first round of three-game showdown against the New York Yankees at 7:10 p.m. at Fenway Park here with Eduardo Rodriguez and bad for the Red Sox. Patriots quarterback Tom Brady and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell will meet today in a New York federal court to talk either settlement or put the fate of the Deflategate saga in the hands of the judge. Los Angeles even after pitching his first career no-hitter, Jake Arrieta wasn't too big to wear his PJs. He threw the second no-hitter against the Los Angeles Dodgers in 10 days, leading the Chicago Cubs to a 2-0 victory Sunday night. Mel Evans. Brian Harvey gave a thumbs up to a cheering gallop as he walked up the 18th hole after finishing with a 2 holes in 1 on the final play. At the Barclays on Sunday, while Jason Day wins the Barclay and another one away. Better Channel News time, 7:36. Time out for a travel report. Back to work, back to school Monday here at 95 on the northbound side. Slow from Route 37 in Cranston all the way up to Route 10 in Cranston. Doing an exit on Route 95 on the northbound side before Route 10 in Cranston here. 95 on the southbound side is slow around downtown Providence here. 60 there is slow from Route 6 all the way to downtown Providence here. 195 on the westbound side and then slow from Route 114 in East Providence all the way out to downtown Providence here. 138 on the westbound side. It is slow around the Newport stretch. Route 4 on the southbound side. It is a little slow around the North Kingstown stretch here. 140 on the southbound side. It is slow around New Bedford here. 495 here. 24 on the northbound side is backed up from Berkeley all the way out to Route 495 in Radiant. 495 on the northbound side. It is slow from Route 44 to Middleburg all the way out to Route 24 in Radiant due to an accident on 24 in the Bridgewater stretch, so expect a lot of delays in the Taunton area of 24. 140 is slow from Lakeville all the way up to Route 24 and 495 here. Board Bridge on the southbound side. It's a little slow, but otherwise, the Board Bridge on the northbound side is looking good, and the Sagamore Bridge is looking good on both ends here. Route 6 is looking good from Sagamore all the way up to Orleans. 28 is looking good from Board all the way up to Chatham here. Route 3 on the northbound side, and it is backed up from 228 in Rutland all the way into the Braintree split through an accident on Route 3 in the northbound side around Route 18 in Weymouth here. 95 on the northbound side, and it's off from Route 123 in Attleboro all the way out to Route 140 in Medford, and then the breaks again from McCann Street all the way out to Route 128 in Canton here. 120 on the northbound side, and it is on Route 24 in Randolph here. And then you breaks again from 128 from 138 in Canton all the way out to Route 20 Waltham here. 120 in the southbound side, so from Reddit all the way out to Lexington here. South Francisco Express on the northbound side, it is slow from Quincy all the way out to the Mass Ave in Boston here. Doing an accident on Mass Route 93 around the Mass Avenue exit in Boston here. Mass back in the eastbound side, it is slow from the Austin Barton tolls all the way out to the Pooh Tunnel here. Mass back also to the eastbound side, it is backed up from Route 9 in Framingham all the way out to the Newton corner here. 93 to the southbound side, it is slow from Bedford all the way out to the Zankin Bridge here. Route 1 in the southbound side, it's slow from Chelsea all the way out to Charlestown here. Route 93 on the northbound side, it is slow for the Spinell Tunnel here. Route 1 on the southbound side, it is slow from Linfield all the way out to Revere here. Route 2 on the westbound side here, it is slow from the Lexington stretch to the westbound side. Eastbound side is slow from Belmont to Fresh Pond and Cambridge here. 495 on the northbound side, a little slow for the Milford stretch. 495 on the northbound side, so around the west spur around the Mass Pike here. 298 in the eastbound side, so from Route 146 to the Uxbridge all the way to Route 9 here. 146 in Buffett, it's a little slow around the Sutton stretch. Route 2 on the eastbound side, and it's slow before Route 485 in Littleton. 485 on the northbound side, it's slow from Route 2 to Route 119 in Littleton here. 485 Not bad side it is. So after Route 3 in Tewksbury, 495 on the south bad side. So from Route 213 in Lawrence all the way out to Route 93 in Andover here. Route 3 is south bad side. It is backed up from Kingsborough all the way up in the North Billwick and then hit back again before Route 128 in Burlington here. Route 93 on the northbound side is slow around Route 128 in Redden, 93 on the southbound side. So from 495 and then over all the way up to Route 125 here. 495 on the southbound side, it is over the Haverhill stretch here. Up in New Hampshire, every trip back to the southbound side, it is slow from the Manchester Airport all the way up to Merrimack. Spalding Turnpike, we get an accident on the southbound side of the Spalding Turnpike here. Before Route 4 in Durham, so expect some delays here. And the main turnpike's looking good from York to Kittery here. And Wheaton College, it's the day before the fall semester, so expect delays around the downtown Norton here as students will be moving into the dorms for the first fall semester at Wheaton College after a great summer here. Alright, let's take a look at MBTA alerts here at 7:41 here. Blue Line experienced a minor westbound delays due to disabled train at Aquarium Station. On the Commuter Rail, Freeman Worcester Line train 505, 7 a.m. from substation delayed today 10 to 50 minutes due to train traffic ahead. And on the ferries, all looking good here. Peter Cheladusab, 7:41 here. Time nightfall. Weather report at 10:08. It's going to be a hot one in store. Most of the stats got about 92 degrees for today's high. Light west wind increase to 6 to 11 miles per border. Winds could gust as 23 miles an hour here. Tonight, most of the coast got about 6 to 7 degrees. West from about 6 miles becoming comedy here. Tuesday, stats got about 86 degrees. Light available wind becoming northeast around 6 miles per hour in the morning here. Tuesday, Petrobras after 2 a.m. Podcast got about 62 degrees and stop for about 3 to 5 miles an hour here. Wednesday, Petrobras for 8 a.m. Stats got about 91 degrees. Southwest with about 5 to 8 miles an hour here. Wednesday, Petrobras after 5 a.m. Mostly clear got about 66 degrees. Thursday, Petrobras for 8 a.m. Mostly stats got about 90 degrees. Thursday, Podcast got about 65 degrees. Friday, most study podcast guys, how about 81, low about 60 degrees. Saturday, most study podcast guys, how about 83, low about 61 degrees. And for Sunday, most study guys, how about 84 degrees. Not temperature at 7:42 a.m., 68 degrees with humidity at 9%, and it is clear skies. And that is going to be it for the Peter Chell Morning News on this Monday morning, August 31st, 2015. And I'm here with you. You have a good morning and good day, dear. Have a good day.